Well, hi guys, and welcome back to Dad's Shed. This is going to be a very brief introduction to what I'm going to be doing next. I've been trying to get a video out every month. I've failed. And the reason I failed is that this job has been too big, and due to a couple of injuries I've managed to get, I haven't been able to spend time in the shed. And it's all to do with these gears. And the problem I had cutting this bevel gear, if I can go forward there, and there you are, you can see that bevel gear. And it's not bad. For a first ever attempt, I'm relatively happy with it, but it's not right. And as it's going to be transmitting the power from the horizontal spindle into the new vertical head, I need it to be a bit better than that. And I've got the second one to do, the smaller one, and I want to do it better. So the original setup I used, Mr. Heath Robinson would be exceptionally proud, and it involved an angle plate set at roughly the right angle, with my rotary table clamped at the top to it and at the bottom resting on a block and clamped down to the table. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It did the job, sort of. So what I decided I needed to do was to make something rather better, and this is the result. And it's basically a sine plate. I've taken the gauge blocks out, which I've used to set it, and it's just held on this hold down bolt at the back here. Please ignore the wife's additions to the work in the workshop. Yeah, I know that certain people say that we work in bananas in the UK, but not in ducks, frogs and sheep usually. So they can go. I prefer the real ones, apart from the frogs, because ducks and sheep actually do taste very nice when cooked properly. But this is the current project, which I'm going to be editing over the next week or so and putting out in a couple of weeks' time. I say it's a sine plate. I've got two 1/2 inch ground bars, pivots on the front one, sits on the back one, to give me, when it's all the way down, a 0-0 surface to the table. I can then put in whatever the calculator tells me I need in terms of a sine between there and the bottom here, adding in 0.065 thou, so 65 thousandths of an inch added to that will give me the sine of the angle. And I have checked it with my Wixie gauge, which goes to within 0.1 of a degree, so slightly less than 1 minute of arc, 10 minutes of arc, and it's there. Much better than I was getting any other way. So, very quick, what have we got here? 2 lumps of plate, V grooves on top and bottom, hold down clamps, bolt holes at the top, and at the back here I've got a small clamp with a rotating centre, which will take the 3/8 studs that I use on this machine and enable me to, once I've got the gauge blocks in place, I can then lower this down onto it and then tighten this up so it's set. And that is actually set for, and if I look at my drawing, that is currently set at 5.464, which is the 65 thou extended of 5.4025, which is the sine of 36.89 degrees, which is the angle on that. So that's where we are, that's what we're doing, and that will be the content of the next video. Please watch it, like and subscribe, and then I can do some more. So for the moment, it's bye from Dad's Shed. Have a good time, and this video should be out to you in the next 2 weeks.